Ladies, I just want to share something with you that I've made today. It's my first tag. I've used this paper here that I got from the range, £1.99 for 50 sheets. So that's what I've used. I'm trying not to shake with this camera. This one here, that's the paper that I've used for the tag, and I'm quite happy with it, but don't get overexcited because it's not as amazing as some of the ones on YouTube. But it's mine. I haven't copied it. I've come up with it myself. So here we go. Da, 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 there you go. Right. Now what I've done is, have I used chipboard? Have I heck? My name is Scrimper Mummy. I don't use expensive stuff if I can help it. So this is just corrugated card that I pinched out of, I think it was in the back of like a felt picture that I got from a little girl that you colour in. And this was in the back, so I've pinched it and cut it up. I stamped Life is Sweet that I got in a cupcake range stamp set the other day, reduced in the range, and I stamped that all over on a piece of A4 white cardstock that I buy from the pound shop. Of course I'm not paying a lot of money for that either, especially not if I'm going to stick it onto something else. It's pointless. Now the black ink was quite harsh, so I went over it with this sponge sugar distress ink. I bought that one and I bought that one, and that is it so far. That is my entire collection of distress inks because, well, they're quite expensive out there. I mean, £4. But as I go along, I'll buy one every now and again till I've got a few colours. So I kind of just rubbed that all over, and then the black writing was still really harsh. I wasn't happy with it, so I know I needed to tone it down. I have seen Johnny 644 toning things down with white acrylic paint, which if I'd have had it, that's probably what I would have used, but I hadn't got any. So I was like, well, what am I going to do? So then I came up with a brainwave and pinched this piece of chalk out of my little girl's playroom, and I basically just scrubbed chalk all over it, and then I rubbed it in with this little board rubber that I also pinched. I did that a few times until, you know, it made the black fade a bit, which I was happy with. Then I went round the edges with the distress ink, with the pink one and with the brown one. And then I fussy cutted, is that a word, cutted? I don't know, I don't think it is it? Fussy cut the fairy, I nearly said angel, it's not an angel, it's a fairy, and the flowers, and stuck them where I wanted them, basically using just a Pritt stick. And I stuck the little butterfly on the fairy's hand. And then I added a bit of colour to the flowers in the two corners that were just like a pale pink colour by putting a bit of the distress ink on a cotton bud and using that, because I don't have any, I've seen people use Copex markers for colouring. I don't have any, simple as that, so I just use what I've got. And then I used my homemade stickles I just painted it all over the fairy and the flowers just to give it a bit of a glam. And then I used flatback, these are flatback pearls that I got from Dunelm Milnes in Huddersfield the other day because they were reduced. I don't know if they were like 40% off or something stupid. They were really cheap. And then the smaller flowers I've put beads on. Just hot glued, used my tweezers to hold the bead, which was a bit hard work to be honest, but it looks alright. And glued those on. They're just beads from an old necklace from a charity shop, and then some little blingy gem things. I glued them on as well. And then I went over the edges again with that vintage photo again to try and make it a bit darker. I've seen people sanding the edges. Didn't quite get why they did that, but it kind of just made it. I did it anyway to see what happens, but I didn't have a proper sander, so I used a nail file. Did the same thing, and yeah, I can't really describe what it does, but it kind of like blended the paper into the edge, if anything else, which I thought, you know, makes it look less like you've just stuck something on the top of the card. That's what it did. For me, it did anyway. And then I darkened the edges again. And this will go in a journal. I'll stick it, I might even stick it on the front page of another journal, or stick it in one that I've already done. I'm not sure yet where it's going to go, but it's for a journal, that's the purpose of it. So just thought I'd share that with you. I hope I haven't babbled too much. And I'd just like to show things that I try and make very, very cheaply. There's been no expensive stuff used, really. The dearest stuff that I've used there is the blooming distress inks, to be honest. So there you go. You can do things on a budget. You don't have to have, you know, a craft room the size of my whole entire house with drawers stacked and stacked and stacked and stacked and stacked with stuff that you don't really use, that I've seen some people with. Just use what you've got. Think of other ideas of how you can achieve what it is you want to do, which is what I'm trying to do, and that's what my channel is going to be all about. And the things that I make are going to be along that line. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.